Okay, welcome back everybody. This is my second project on the Papilio Pro. My goal was to make a little register file holding some data and then to see if I can read and write data to the register file. And then I added a little user interface on top of that so I could easily see what's going on. The register file has 16 registers and each register is 4 bits wide. In other words, it can hold a digit between 0 and 15. Kind of a hex digit between 0 and F. The switches on the Mega Wing are configured like this. The leftmost 4 switches are kind of like an address. They control which register I'm reading from or writing to. And the rightmost 4 switches hold the data that I would potentially like to write. Okay, and now the display, meanwhile, is laid out like this. The leftmost digit of the display shows which register we're talking about. Basically, it's kind of showing the value of the binary value of the leftmost 4 digits. The leftmost 4 switches. The next digit on the display is a little symbol. I kind of made a little equal sign because I felt like it. I kind of liked having it there. The next digit shows the value that we would write, that we would like to write. So it's basically the value represented in the rightmost 4 switches. So just to recap, the leftmost 4 switches hold the address, the rightmost 4 switches hold the data that we'd like to write, and that's reflected in the first display digit, and then the next display digit after the equal sign, if that makes sense. Finally, the rightmost digit on the display shows the current value inside the register file. Now, that probably sounded a little bit confusing, even to me as I was saying it, but I think an example is going to make it really clear. So let's say we want to store a 7 in register 0. So I set the leftmost switches to 0, which they already are, and I'll set the rightmost switches to 7. So that looks like this. Okay. Now when I press the store button, that stores the 7 in the register file, and the rightmost digit will be updated to say, oh, I'm now reading a 7 from register 0. Okay. Now let's store an 8 in register 1. So I'm going to set my leftmost switches to address 1, and then my rightmost switches to the value 8. So address 1, the value I'd like to write is 8. The current value in that register is 0. Press the button, and now the current value in that register is 8. Let's do the same process for address 2. Store a 9. Again, address 2, we would like to write a 9. Currently the value is 0. Press the button and the value becomes 9. Now we can kind of review. Let's go back to register 0 to see if it's actually holding on to the value we stored in it a long time ago. Namely, it should be a 7. So I'm going to change this address back to 0. And indeed, register 0 holds a 7. If I were to press this button, it would start storing a 9. But at the moment, it holds a 7. If I go to register 1, we should see that it holds an 8, hopefully. Yes, register 1 is still holding an 8. And then let's go to register 2. And register 2 is still holding a 9. Fabulous. I also added a clear feature. If I take the joystick and I press it down and I hold it down for a little while, it's kind of a register file clear feature. So let's do that. So now you can see that register 2 is now 0. If I go back to 1, it's also 0. And if I go back to 0, it's 0. All right, that's it. That's my demo. Thank you very much.